Hi guys. I wanted to come back on here and discuss something else. I want to see get on a. Let me see if I can get on another platform real quick too. One minute. All right. Let me just keep on that phone. It's just a really important topic that I wanted to share because I don't want to keep it inside and I want to. Um, I don't know. I just don't want to keep it inside. So I want to speak out about it basically. Hi guys. So I'm on YouTube too, and so I want to speak about this topic because I don't know, just it needs to be spoken about. I'm not going to hold it inside, and I need to express it, get out, speak out about it, okay? Because it's something that disturbs me, and it's just some sort of injustice that needs to be spoken out about. So I drafted this into a format to speak about it. I'm just going to do the best that I can by reading it. Okay, so I didn't realize it at first, and so I'm saying this because in case this goes on in other places too, I'm specifically talking about under construction when I'm talking about this in this uh, um, when I'm talking about this situation. Okay, because I want to speak out about this in case this is anybody else is a victim of this. This is going on in other places besides this place. Which would be what else I could do about this situation. I've tried justifying it so many times, but I'm done with it, you know. So I'm going to speak out about it. Um, so I didn't realize it at first. Coming off the streets and coming from relationships that felt like chaos, um, like care and control, showed up dressed as concern. I was desensitized to this sort of behavior and treatment because I came from traumatic relationships and from being on the streets. Um, and other past traumas. So so I just learned how to brace it with a smile and at the same time. So when I entered this place claiming to offer recovery, healing, and ministry, I believed it. I really trusted that, you know what I mean. I was where God wanted. That's it's still like that. It was to be a witness to it. And it's one of those things that God turns into something good, you know, turned a bad situation into something good. They gain a solid foundation with uh, God, not through their teachings necessarily, but um, you know, that's just how God works. He turns what was meant to for the enemy to be something bad, he turns it into something good. So I believed it. I really wanted to be really good, you know. And was just like new to my faith in this and discovering who God was, and I needed it, you know. Um, so, but the healing doesn't happen under pressure, and when love feels laced with fear, When leadership stirs confusion and emotional whiplash, it's not recovery, it's a spiritual abuse. Um, so, under construction wasn't just a place, it was a mirror of every pattern I had survived. The unpredictable moods, the vague accusations, the you're wrong without reason, the good moments that made you second guess the bad ones. Oh, they helped me with my nonprofit, or they're helping me with a place to stay. Um, and these are things they have to convince you of too, and that's not how loving, caring relationship works either. It wasn't a ministry; it was manipulation, masked in scripture. Um, And just like past abusive relationships, my body responded before I had the words. This is why I'm really speaking out about it too, because it physically affects me. Um, so my heart raced. I got a headache. My kidneys flared with stress. That's how I know I'm really stressed. You know, uh, your heart starts pounding, and then it affects your organs. And that's how I know, and especially from the past. And anything in my past that was really stressful in these type of situations, I could feel it in my kidneys. Um, so let's see. So yeah, so so after this day, I just posted about it. I just had this beautiful fellowship going on at this other church. Um, and I was just speaking about God's blessings and the work that He has in my life, and just so overjoyed and happy. And then look at my phone and I see this notification, and right away, just the name on the notification, and not, my body starts reacting like that. And so to me, that's a sign that, and a confirmation that something absolutely is not right. Um, when I get this sense of like panic, it was the same reaction I got when I've been in an abusive relationship. Where it's like fear. Um, and it was because obviously these things happen out of patterns. So in the past, when I was in this recovery place and they had contacted me, it was usually something bad, like they told me I'm doing something wrong. It was unpredictable. So my body just has all these automatic cues where I see this name on my phone, and my body's reacting to it because it remembers, remembers this trauma. The pastor yelling at us group of women for bringing up a valid complaint or issue, and him wanting to lead and rule by fear. And of course, it's the male pastor contacting me, not the female pastor like it should properly be, because whatever reason she's got things going on that she's not supposed to be doing, and things aren't functioning the way they're supposed to be functioning. So the order of things is all out of whack and not aligned. And it's this vague text. We want to speak to you. Of course, it's like that. It's like a hook. I already know these things. I've been through this experience with this same type of, personality or just abusive tactics. Um, so, and so now I'm speaking out. It's not bitterness, but it's boldness. And I pray to God to make me bold on things like this, because I'm establishing boundaries, and I want to stick to them. It's something I never honored for myself before, and now I know I am going to do that. I deserve to do that, and it's necessary because it's not just about me. Um, and then I'm speaking out too for others who are in this situation, who are still under his construction. You know what I mean? Who maybe not be favorites over there, or the golden child, or however they function over there. But I broke that totally down. But I see things that you know we just it's that type of situation. But we deserve safety. Just because we're addicts with the streets, we just come up with homelessness. You know what I mean? These things get just fall through the cracks. You know what I mean? One, because we don't notice it, because we're just desensitized by these things, because we just came from a place where people don't treat us so well, or we are people that come from abusive relationships, or past traumatic childhoods, and other things, not favorable situations and environments that we're in because of our addiction or situation. Um, so, or because these people aren't being monitored, you know what I mean? And they're hiding behind this fake face, whatever, fake, you know, this, they're just hiding behind it, but they're not, that's not who they are behind closed doors. Um, so, let's see. But it reminds me how far I came, that the fact that I acknowledge this, I realize this. I still feel violated, just the fact that they're still reaching out to me and it affects me this way, upsets me, um, just because it makes me feel violated that they have that sort of power over me, you know what I mean? And that's something I want to heal from and I don't want anymore. Like, I just protected from it. It bothers me that this went on for so long and that this is a factor in my life where these people, this organization reaches out to me and just their name popping up has this sort of effect on my body and stresses me out where I go from having such a great day to this, and that should tell you something, you know what I mean? That it's not just a, I'm not just bashing them to the extent because they kicked me out or because I left or because I wouldn't abide by their, you know what I mean? I wasn't, it was just done. I prayed to God to get me out of there too, and He got me out of there because I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but I just knew it didn't feel right. Anyways, um, sorry, so upset, but that should say everything right there. Just how I reacted to it is that's you can't fake that, And this is not coming from anywhere a place of hate. I am righteously upset. Yes, yes, yes. It's my son. Come in. Yes, I'm doing my video though. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So it comes from a place of like righteous anger because one, because my body is physically upset. And I was my son. You know what I mean? I'm trying to enjoy my time with my son. And they did this too when I was at that program too. Um, it's like it's I don't know, unbelievable. So, anyways, yeah. So it comes to a place of righteous anger and I wanting to speak out for other people uh, and not just keep this to myself and deal with it myself. I pray to God about it too, and I speak out about it. What's up, honey? Oh, okay. Well, I'll be off of here soon, okay? Um,
Can you take this off the video like on your phone?
no, it's not from your phone, baby. That's a different sticker.
Wait, where's my phone?
You're still off. Hmm. I know because I found it on the floor tonight.
You have it?
Mhm.
Can I have
Okay, so anyways, so then out of nowhere, I get this text uh, from under construction. The message was vague. Call us. We want to talk to you. But my body didn't need any more details. You know, I know this. I know what this is. That's why it was such a vague text. And I didn't text back. I finally blocked and spammed them to where the messages are still saved, and I have them in case I need them. Um, but at the same time, I'm not giving them access. I'm not doing that because when and just like the last conversation I had with this man, there was no arguing with him and no explaining facts to him on my side because he is not wrong. He will not hear you out. Absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? So I am not giving him access to that degree. Um, to where he can further upset me or keep garbage to me yeah, whatever he wants to say because God knows what, you know what I mean. Belittle me in some way, or try to pull me back in or make me question this in any sort of manner. I'm not making this up. It's 100% true. I'm figuring this out. You know why why this was going on over there. Now I'm understanding why, and I have words to put together with it. You know, and of course, this isn't something that I would have thought would happen in a place like that. I was desensitized because of the environment I came out of and the situation I came out of, and thinking I was going to a place to heal, you know, and and it ends up something like this, you know. This it's just it's ungodly and it's unjust. That's why I'm speaking on about it. So, um, so my body's just reacting to this. I get a headache. You know, I can feel my kidneys. So this is how I know like I'm under stress. This is stress. You know. Okay. So and it's spiritual stress. And that's how I know something is wrong. My body automatically reacts like that just by seeing that contact on my phone. Um, and I don't know if maybe really or not, but uh, you know, I researched it and it confirmed, you know, that's exactly what that is. And I am currently in therapy because this is something that I want to heal from these past weeks. And now that I had to start again therapy because of what happened while I was in Bruce construction. See, I had finished my therapy part of it, and then that's when the pastor came in there and yelled at us, a group of women, particularly me, and threatened to kick me out. Told me I needed to leave while I was in the middle of recovery, nowhere to go. Could you imagine the stress? You know what I mean? Wanting to not participate in this negativity already, and that's why he yelled at me, and forcing me to participate in this. And so at that point, I felt like in that situation, I was trying to find another program, and I literally felt like I was leaving an abusive relationship. And that's what was just like, it triggered my PTSD again about that. And then I did contact because I know now to take care of these things and not just try to handle them myself. Be honest with my doctors, things like that, self care, and taking care of these situations and healing myself because I'm a mother and I want to be healed and I know God has a greater purpose for me and I'm willing and you know um, I'm making myself available to this healing. So I contact them and tell them I want to start therapy again. You know what I mean? And it's just now finally started. But that's what started that. You know, again, cycle again. I didn't choose. I didn't want to be in a relationship like this again. I didn't want to be in this sort of situation. And it's all in my journal too. I wouldn't choose to be around these particular types of people that are cruel to other people. I wouldn't want to be in this environment. Now that I know better, I would choose not to be in it. But I had to be in it because that's where I thought wanted me, and it was supposed to be a recovery place. So you understand, like where it was confusing and how they had it like that. They were playing off that, manipulating it, and just it was just abuse. So it reminded me of past relationships. One moment it felt calm, the next it was chaos. They would start drama um, over the Bible studies, or you'd get a phone call that you screwed up this order or this or that, and you just ruined Sonia's blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's just like what? First of all, you're not paying us. We're in recovery to do these things. Why are you putting so much pressure on us like that? Like, you know what I mean? And it was almost like it was intentional because your instructions were so vague. Like you set it up like that. You know what I mean? So you can swoop in and be the hero, and then come at us like this. Like it was just crazy. One minute you think you're recovering and you're doing well, and then they come and crush you. Like it's such a typical like narcissistic behavior. It's horrible. Um, so where kindness was set up and love came laced with fear, where I never knew if I was going to be embraced or attacked. This ministry felt the same. Sometimes good, mostly bad. Yelling, accusations, emotional whiplash, and now they're trying to contact me again. But I'm not confused anymore, and I'm not giving him access, and then I don't feel guilt into like I have to. I'm not held back by anything. They can't hold anything over my head, like me staying there, so they can't threaten to kick me out. Where I have nowhere to go, and I know they do that to other people because these people are on probation, and they came out of homeless situation. So they put this fear into these people, and they got free workers, and they got people not saying anything because they instilled that fear where if you're going to complain or say something negative, they're going to scare you, you know, or threaten to kick you out. And you can't afford that if you're on probation. Or what are you going to do? Go back to the streets if people honestly want to recover? Um, so this isn't just about me. There's other people that are going through this right now in that recovery um, program under his construction. And there's some that are doing fine because they're the golden child, or you know what I mean. They've uh, given up any sort of boundaries, or they don't realize that they're going through this, or they don't have a choice. They're there because they're probation, they're court ordered somewhere, so now they're bound there, and these people know that. Um, so, so I want to speak up for those who are still there. I wish I knew of a better way to speak out about this in a proper way too. Um, Other than this, I don't know. But I'm speaking the truth, and hopefully it hits the right ears. Um, and I want to speak up for those who have been through this too, this sort of trauma. And then they walk into a recovery ministry hoping for healing, only to be re traumatized in the name of God, of all things. That really upset me. I thought it was such an injustice to God, and I know that bothers me, and that's made it so confusing. Like, why, God? Like, I don't understand this. Is it me? Like, am I sensing this wrong? No, absolutely not. I was right on the money. Um, so I'm making this declaration. I'm not going to re-enter what God has closed. That's this ministry or any other thing that's affected my peace, my safety, my well-being, the well-being of my family and my children. I absolutely will not. Something I'm very cautious about, um, and aware of now. And I'm aware that I have self-worth and I have a right to have boundaries, and I have a right to enforce those things too and speak out about them. Thank God. Um, so I'm not going to re-enter what God has closed. I'll walk in the protection of the defender who never misses a move. My body remembers what violation feels like, but now I remember who I am. I'm healing, I'm speaking, and I'm protecting the peace God gave me. So, um, I can also post on here too these other videos that are in relation to this. I haven't looked at them myself yet, but um, it shows that there are videos that offer powerful insights and healing tools. Um, so I'll post that on here too. I'll post that so you guys can, see that it's not just me coming out of nowhere. It's something I finally understand, and I got words to describe it and what it is when these things happen. And I just thought I'd share that in the moment because it's something that did upset me. Um, and I just was processing my reaction to it, and you know, and that just gave me real clarity about this situation. So if places like that want to contact me, it's for good purposes. I'm sure it would go through the proper channeling. Um, they have other ways of contacting me and communicating with me that's recorded and documented for my protection. And, if it goes any further than that, then I will seek legal help. Um, and maybe that'll be the push that it takes to expose this place. If that's what's necessary, if that's what God's calling to, it'll come to that point, and I won't be afraid of that. Um, and it'll be for the right thing because I know I'm walking with God and obedient, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I pray to Him for guidance, and so I know if that's what comes up. That's the proper steps to bringing justice. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I won't be afraid to speak out. To be honest about it, that's like what I'm doing right here, right now. And the truth will always come to light. So I have nothing to worry about that, and they have nothing over my head, not even my own ministry, um, because if that's something that is negatively affected, um, God will just give me something else, I'm not at all concerned about it. I just want to educate people and share the word and be bold and honest and share these things. Um, so, yeah, if you guys have any questions, you have any comments on open to hear it. If it's anything negative, toxic, or untruthful, I probably won't respond. I'll probably have the same reaction um, as this because I'm just protecting myself and, and my peace. So, um, God bless you guys. And if you're in this situation, I will pray for you. I am praying for you. Uh, just hang on to God and, pray to Him. And if it calls for it, speak out about it and do the right thing. Okay? All right. Bye, guys. God bless you. And bye.